One more time before we out of here. Respect the mic. Respect the mic. Hey. Hey, Gemini. Can I get y'all attention? Like I said once before, hey, let's give them some respect up here, you know what I'm saying? Can we keep it loaded down?
Yeah.
Well, I got y'all attention. I also want y'all to know they will be back here every first Saturday of every month to perform up here. So, get the word out. There's a lot of y'all that ain't here, but we ready to do this. On that note.
And if anybody from Elkhart, South End wants to.
Yeah, also, if we got some poets out there, doing y'all thing.
Singers.
Singers. They like to, you know what I'm saying, for y'all to come on also.
After the dancers.
We don't want no rappers.
It's coming around.
This is for the grown and sexy.
Okay. He needs a light up there. I know, because that's what people say about.
Hey, we ready to get started. Can we keep the noise down? Appreciate it. Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Great.
He said this is for the grown and sexy. I'm doing wonderful. That's how grown y'all are. I'm going to definitely uphold my stage name, so we just gonna see just how grown y'all are, all right?
All right.
Come on, the crew. Now, I'm gonna say this to you. Don't get mad.
Tell the truth.
It's entitled allowance. We sisters allow ourselves to become sleeping victims, being used, misused, and abused. We think with our legs and not our heads. We're not concerned about our well-being, but only thinking about a warm body in our bed. We sisters settle for comfort instead of selecting comfort. We allow ourselves to be engulfed in confusion. For those that don't know, that's confusion and drama.
All right.
We sisters need to wake up from these series of dreams to which there are no means. We sisters compromise and negotiate because we do what we do at this rate. Our young boys and girls won't have anyone wholesome to date. As a female race, we have become a disgrace. We allow our young men to think that ladies have no face. We're giving up our treasure for 3 minutes of pleasure. We don't know how to read and write, but we think we can find the right man for the night. We're so interested in looking good and feeling good, but not thinking about how we're going to successfully and legally get out of the hood.
All right.
We allow ourselves to be told what we want to hear, like, shorty and sweetheart, you smell and look so good with that gift. We allow ourselves to go through all these things, but we can't keep our kids' homes and bodies clean. We allow ourselves to put so much on our plate, but the question is, why do we allow these males to skate? We allow ourselves to get into relationships when we don't think of what the causes and effects Decent running top. These questions have nothing to do with gold digging. These questions have everything to do with a solid foundation and the quality of living. We allow ourselves to live talk show lives. We disrespect ourselves, our families, and other people's wives. We allow ourselves to become emotionally suppressed because of things we didn't think about before we got undressed. We allow ourselves to signify the most insignificant things, but we can't eat off getting our hair or our nails done or receiving gold diamond earrings. We allow ourselves to be demised when all we have to do is look into the eyes of people and keep it real and respectfully let them know how we feel. It's as though we purposefully live in a maze that is full of haze. We allow ourselves to rationalize and fantasize about the most insignificant things. Excuse me, I gotta do a rewind. Rewind.
Say it again, Johnny.
We allow ourselves to signify the most insignificant things, but we can't eat off getting our hair or our nails done or receiving gold diamond earrings. All right. We allow ourselves to be demised when all we have to do is look into the eyes of people and keep it real and respectfully let them know how we feel. It's as though we purposefully live in a maze that is full of haze. We allow ourselves to rationalize and fantasize about the mundane things of life when what we need is to focus on the intricacies of being a person who's right. We've allowed ourselves to become video girls. Please tell me what is becoming of this world. We allow ourselves to make that long cash. We give out ample samples to guys, but can't get a car full of gas. We allow ourselves to become so mesmerized by these males that we'll do anything for them, even go to jail. We allow ourselves to seek acceptance and approval, buying Dooney and Burke. Instead of being frugal, we allow males to intervene in our genes. It's as though they are the drug and we are the fiend. We allow ourselves to accept any form of attention when we need to be thinking about working and receiving a pension. We allow ourselves to go out in public in pajamas and house shoes. We know good damn well that's against the rules. We allow ourselves to go out in public and name brand clothes, but at home we got a bed and a couch that's full of holes. We feed our families that fattening fast food. I have just one question. What's wrong with us, dude? You see, we need to get in the kitchen and cook. That's right. And after that, we need to read a book with our kids instead of putting makeup on our eyelids, trying to be blind towards all these things. Don't you know that we are queens? Right. We allow ourselves to become distracted when our kids' teachers call and tell us how they acted. We don't go to our kids' schools to check on their academic progress. But let our kids be in a talent show. We'll be there on time and looking fine while our kids are dancing to the tunes of Genuine. Oh, and without thinking, we allow ourselves to easily give it up. But then the next thing we're doing is urinating in a cup. We allow ourselves to go out to the club or even the boat, but we can't pay our tithes or go to church or even buy our kids a coat. We allow ourselves to be inappropriately dressed. Our boys have their pants hanging down and our girls are showing their chests. We allow ourselves to talk to males that don't even know how to have a decent conversation when we need to be trying to figure out how to face the nation. We allow ourselves to do what we want to do. We can't spend time with people who are genuine and true. We allow ourselves to lower our standards. We expose our business like charms on lanyards. We allow ourselves to have these so-called friends, but they're not always there for us through thick and thin. All right. Ladies, we allow ourselves ourselves drive our cars while we're at work trying to make a living. Woo! They're at their bars smoking late cigars trying to see who can be next on their repertoires. We lay down with these males and have kids, which should be a no-no because a lot of these males aren't even fit to raise a window. Disrespectful way, and yet we wonder what they do to claim what made them be this way. We take care of and cater to these males, but if they leave, our hair falls out, we bite on our nails. We allow ourselves to make excuses for everything we can think of. But when was the last time we showed God some love? He is the one who cares. He is the one who knows how many hairs each of us have on our head. We should allow ourselves time with Him in the morning, during the day, and before we go to bed. You see, we sisters are bold and beautiful with much personality. We should stop laying down so much with our sexuality and lay up with our own intellectuality. We need to rise up with our real dreams and make them a reality. We sisters can have a life that's driven and full of purposes. So let's allow ourselves to clean up our inner and outer surfaces. We should allow ourselves to court males who are exciting and directed. They should walk with a swing in their step and not as if they are dejected. There are decent males who have become decent men. So let's allow ourselves to choose them. All right? Amen.
All right. Next poet, of course, has been up here earlier tonight. Like I said, she's a very good friend of mine. She's a beautiful lady, both on the inside and out, and she's also one of the best poets I know. Put your hands together again for my girl, Coco Serene.
I finally made up my mind that I'm going to start using it. See, the heart is too blind to let it lead your path of judgment, rendering you incapable of making good decisions, falling at first sight, to send off to blank missions. How can something without eyes have 20/20 vision? How can it follow advice when it doesn't have the ears to listen? It'll have you finding honesty in a liar, loyalty in a cheater, companion in anger, security in a beater. Open myself up, allowing Him to take advantage. Dug deep in my soul to find contentment with being to Him only a convenience. Emotional sanity surviving off the mere fact that in some way He needed me. What was obvious I consumed with denial. Our heartache and pain was smothered with a smile, committed, holding on to hopes that the disappointment will only last for a little while. But that ache can never leave. It's a nagging reminder that something ain't right. Vision showing you something wrong, you start refocusing your sight, involuntarily activating the glands in your hands because you holding on too tight. That loosened grip caused by sweat is God whispering, girl, let it go. Because it ain't nothing like climbing a mountain full of hopeful, endured confidence, only to reach the top with no flag to conquer, making your journey pointless. Yes, I finally made up my mind that I'm going to start using it. Being honest about what's real and what's under false pretense. Using all common sense, not just a little bit. Separating the real from the fake, coincidence from fate. Scratching off fine as the number one necessity of my soulmate. Distinguishing whether his situation is not enough or baggage is too much. Know that big muscles don't make him morally tough. And never again allow a rejection to fuck me up. Straight to the head even when the shot is hard to swallow. Put my mind at the front of the line and then allowing my heart to follow. Now I'm not angry, bitter, no cold-hearted. I just realized that in order to stop making repetitive mistakes, you have to be honest about how they started. And that's that piece. Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Rain. All right, this next woman, of course, has been up here earlier tonight. She takes pictures, she sings, she do poetry, she do everything. Put your hands together for my girl, Latrice Nigga.
She's been locked up, knocked up, and hurt before. She's been cheated, treated like dirt before. She was a showgirl without shit to show for. 16 years old with a pinch to grow on, cause Papa was a Rolling Stone and Mama stayed stoned. Pimped by a nigga that stayed in the same home. I'ma take y'all on a ride, so strap up and hold on. Got somebody I want y'all to meet. Her name is Miss 16. She's so young and so sweet, so pretty, so naive, so innocent, so tender. And it wasn't her fault, because any one of us could have been her. She was just a toddler when he crawled in bed with her. And they had no breadwinner, so on many nights they just ate bread for dinner. And Mama was never with her. She was too busy running behind some nigga. Guess nobody saw the bigger picture. Guess nobody cared that she would grow up and be bitter. Maybe face the same dilemmas and sing the same blues and date the same dudes, as was the case when her face faced the bottom of his shoes. Sexually, physically, mentally abused. My heart broke into two when I heard the news. All she could remember, when she woke up, he was already in her, making threats while he hit her in her face. And I wish I could have took her place if she could have been me with easy-bake ovens, light brights and Barbies, a new bike, fake makeup, play dress up, play Atari, stay up late, pop popcorn, watch movies, tell stories, live life without a care or a worry in the world. But she was not that little girl. She was more like somebody's little bitch. And toys like Etch-a-Sketch and Rubik's Cubes didn't exist. And she doesn't smile when she talked about her first kiss, because it was with a nasty old man who was perverted and sick. Only concerned with his dick, and it didn't matter that she was just sick. But she would grow up to be Miss 16. Miss 16, so young and so sweet. What would make you go and sell your soul to these streets? Who exposed you to sex, popping pills, and smoking weed? You living in the belly of a beast, swallowed up whole by little devils out here creeping in these streets. Niggas that won't pick you up when they see you fall to pieces. Sometimes you call me, but I just tell you call on Jesus. Cause we all reach a point when our hope gets lost in reason and our faith gets lost each time that we fall to our knees. I done seen you crawl into a corner and ball up like a fetus with a stone cold face and a heart that was bleeding. If I was a mind reader, yours would be worth reading. If I could rub a corpse back to life, yours would be worth needing. If ever a soul was starving, yours would be worth feeding. If ever a mind polluted, yours would be worth cleaning. And if my purpose was to love, you were well worth meeting. Because there's nothing you could do to stop me from believing in you. Even when the sky is gray and the day is blue. Even when I ask you a question and you clam up like a mute. And even when you run through dudes because you think that shit is cute. Even when you lie to me and I already know the truth. Because the only love you knew was neglect and abuse. But it didn't matter what it was, because it was still love to you.
That's all right.
All right. It didn't matter what he did, because he was still rubbing and touching you. Call you bitch, hoe, and slut, but he's still kissing and hugging you. And the way you grew up, this is what loved ones would do. You were such a beautiful fruit, rare and exotic, and people sat there and watched as you rotted. STDs, Hennessy, ecstasy, and smoking chronic. Turning tricks, doing lines, doing chicks, and trying to flaunt it. But to be honest, that wasn't the young girl I once knew. What kind of people got a hold to you? It's like I don't even know you, you transform. But it's always more than meets the eye. At any time you could spread your wings and fly and soar. So you work so much more, yet you sell yourself so short. Back and forth to court, in and out of homes. Miss 16, a young child desperate to be grown.
All right.
But I'm hoping one day that you'll remove the blinders and realize the dream of becoming a clothes designer, flying to New York, Europe, or China, and if you're shaking and nervous, it won't be because you took a hit. It'll be because the world realized that you are the best to exist. And my next poem will begin like this. She's been locked up, knocked up, and hurt before. She's been cheated and treated like dirt before. She was a showgirl without shit to show for. 16 years old with a pinch to grow on. Cause Papa was a Rolling Stone and Mama stayed stoned. Pimped by a nigga that stayed in the same home. You can't find her in the streets. Miss 16 is a queen somewhere sitting on a throne.